Welcome, fire signs. This is, we'll say, a monthly report for Mercury's retrograde, roughly March 22nd to April 15th for the element of fire. Happy astrological new year to Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And happy birthday to Aries. All right, so this is a 6-card spread. It's going to be for both love and general, as well for career and or finance. For the love portion, this will be for both singles as well as couples. All right, and do check your moon as well as your rising. Okay, and again, this will be for the Mercury retrograde period. For those of you that don't know, Mercury rules Gemini. Okay, Mercury is the planet of communication. When Mercury goes retrograde, it kind of gives us a chance to redo, reorganize, reevaluate. Since Mercury is the planet of communications, usually, everything having to do with communication, having to do with travel, our feelings and things of that nature, having to do with the house in which Mercury is at the time in which it is retrograde, in retrograde motion. For Aries, it will be retrograde in your first house. All right, and so what does that mean for Aries? Mercury retrograde in your first house is Aries is all about the house of self, right? So you are really going to be paying attention to your image at this time. Taking a closer look at the way in which you're going to be expressing yourself communicatively, paying attention to the way others are communicating with you at this time, maybe restoring your confidence levels as well. All right. For Leo, Mercury is going to be retrograde in your 9th house. Sagittarius rules the 9th house. The 9th house is expansion of minds and consciousness, philosophy. So all Mercurial ruled themes related to the 9th house. You'll be re-examining your belief systems, perhaps thinking about future-oriented outcomes and effects as it relates to the 9th house matters, having maybe a clearer direction of where you want to go for the future, all things coming into question as it relates to those themes. And for Sagittarius, Mercury is going retrograde in your 5th house. So the 5th house is the house of heart. It is the house of creativity, the house of your passions and how you express yourself in the world. So you will be perhaps maybe paying attention to projects and things that bring you inspiration. Okay, so these are things in which you'll be, for the fire signs, perhaps maybe you'll be paying attention to at this time as Mercury goes retrograde. So again, these messages will be for the retrograde period as it relates to your love life, the 6-card spread, as well as a general 6-card reading for career and or finance. The first card for love depicts whether or not there's hope for the future of a love relationship. The second card will be whether or not there'll be a new lover, and if so, if your new lover will be like a past lover. The third card will be whether or not the relationship will feel safe and secure. The fourth card will indicate whether or not there'll be a commitment. And again, recall this is just for, the 30-day, roughly 3-week period, Mercury going retrograde, give or take 3 days before and or after. The fourth card is whether or not there'll be a possibility for a marriage or a lifelong possibility. And the 6th card, whether or not it'll be a fruitful, fulfilling relationship. And when we get to the general aspect, then we'll go over the meaning of the 6 card spread at that time. So for fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sag, we have with the first card, whether or not there's hope for the future of this love relationship, the Emperor in reverse. And now the Emperor is like, the 4 kings of the tarot, all the 4 elements, all in one, right? So the Emperor is all about authority and power. The Emperor, too, could be either a Taurus or an Aries, right? So, the Emperor he's all about protection and stability and leadership. Very confident, expresses, his deep inner thoughts and feelings very well, right? In reverse here, I would definitely pay mind to all fire signs at this time, to be very mindful of thinking before speaking during this retrograde period, especially with this Emperor in reverse. The Emperor in reverse tends to be, um, you know, feels inferior, perhaps has some resentment, can be very domineering, um, and just uses all of his power and leadership abilities in a very negative way, right? So can be very critical and judgmental, greedy, and somewhat abusive at times, right? Very flippant with his tongue. When I see the Emperor here in reverse, especially with the orb in his hand here, I feel like the Emperor is dropping the ball, right? The Emperor too with the number 4, the 4 is foundation. We see that the Emperor here is sitting on this regal royal like throne here. With the foundation, I feel like does this love relationship have hope for the future? In the moment during this 30-day period, I'm saying 30 days, but it's three plus weeks. It seems like the foundation is falling apart. Someone's dropping the ball. Either you or your partner seems like they're dropping the ball. He holds the Ankh, right, in his, let's see here, in the right hand, right? So, and again, with that sleeve, that blue colored sleeve, the blue can indicate both healing and truth. So there's maybe some truths coming to light at this point, in time, so again, I would be careful with communications. So is there hope for the future? It seems like it seems as though the future may feel like it's built on faulty foundation, yet it is the Emperor. Although it is in reverse, out the gate as the first card, it is the Emperor. So again, in reverse, it's still the Emperor. So either you or your partner need to, at this time, really look at where in the relationship someone is misusing or abusing their power. Okay. This second card here, will there be a new lover? And if so, will he or she be like a past lover? With the King of Wands, we have yet, here's another court card. And here is a court card, right? So, which can indicate a person, certainly, right? With the King of Wands, it is a fire. It's a fire element. So, and the King of Wands is, very similar to the Emperor, very dependable, generous, loyal, noble and honest, wise, another leader, of course. We have, action oriented, can be very psychic. In the reverse position, um, you know, very unpredictable, selfish, patronizing, unsympathetic. So, is there a possibility for, could a new love relationship come in at this time, a new lover? Yes, there is that possibility. However, you know, I see this King of Wands in the reverse position. Definitely not somebody you want to enter into a relationship with Mercury retrograde, bringing back with the opportunity of Mercury retrograde, bringing back old lovers from the past. There is this possibility. However, I'm seeing the King of Wands being very indicative of the Emperor um, energy. I'm feeling like this could be one and the same type of energy, just needing to be put in the upright position, to be honest. So, again, with this King of Wands, just very, again, very unpredictable, not doing what's in the best interest of everyone involved, not fair-minded at this position in time. So for those of you that are single, and looking for someone, it very well could be that with this King of Wands as well is also on foundation. And in the reverse position, it's you know, whatever was built on faulty foundation, perhaps in the past for some of you that are single, looking for a new relationship, it is it may be a possibility that some things were not closed out in the past with some exes. All right. So some of you fire signs at this point could very well be dealing with other fire signs, such as yourselves, Leo, Aries, and or Sagittarius, as well as the Taurus. Okay. So, and when I see this King of Wands, unlike the Emperor, who seems like he has a strong structure behind his back, the King of Wands does not. We see that there's blue all around him. Whereas the Emperor has all of the oranges. So he has this, and orange depicts, orange just has this very strong depiction of courage and willpower. So with this King of Wands coming in secondarily to the Emperor, both in the reverse position, it very well could be that a new lover is coming in, and will he or she be like the previous lover? Certainly. So these energies very much so mirror one another. And will the relationship, in the third position here, will this relationship, be like, will the relationship be safe and secure? And with this Ten of Wands upright, the Ten of Wands is all about, first of all, it's a 10, so it's an ending of a cycle. Okay. So we have here, definitely it depicts grief and affliction, suffering, pain. There very well could have been betrayals. But with this the Ten of Swords, I'm also seeing here, his right hand, I see here, it shows that it looks like he's holding up the number 3. So some of you could have been through and have been undergoing third party relationships here with this Ten of Swords. So the 10 is an ending of a cycle. So some of you could have been dealing with betrayal as it relates to third party situations. Okay. However, he looks off into the horizon. All right. So, the time of travail is over with the Ten of Swords. This is the climax. The future is clear. All right. The future is, there's new beginnings here. A life lesson needs to be learned. This is a transition with this issue. All right. We're transitioning out of this betrayal, and we're looking out into the horizon. With the Ten of Swords, this is done. This is over with for some of us here. Okay. Also, the Ten of Swords also, indicates a warning of distrust and suspicion of some sort. So this Ten of Swords can mean a couple different things for those that are resonating with these messages. It very well means for some of you, um, you know, the conclusion of the past is over. Okay. All right. So for some of you, there is hope for the future of a love relationship with this Emperor in reverse. All right. For some of you, there is hope. We need to move away from the past. All right. The cycle needs to close out. The crisis has been reached. All right. We don't need to ask how or why things in the past have occurred. Okay. We just need to now end the cycle and look to the future. All right. For others, we need to pay heed to the warning of an ex-lover coming back and recognizing that this ex-lover is, definitely, um, you know, just a return of the same cycle repeating itself. All right. For whoever that resonates with. Some of you very well could be dealing with an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius with this Ten of Swords. All right. And will there be a commitment with this beautiful Empress? This Empress definitely, signifies that, a fulfillment. The Empress is the queen of life. She's the promise of new beginnings. She definitely closes out this ten of swords here. She's the new beginning. All right. She brings happy conclusions and new beginnings. Some of you very well could be getting married. Some of you very well could be getting pregnant. All right. There's a renewal. There's a renewal of a new beginning. She's domestic stability. All right. And the Empress and the Emperor, I think they're complementary. Similarly to a king and a queen, we have the Empress and the Emperor. So again, on the onset of the reading with the first card is there hope for the future. And the messages coming through with either you or your partner here needing to take a stand in the relationship with regard to someone dropping the ball. She too, she's just like the Emperor, they're one and the same. So for those that resonate, that there is a soulmate relationship, okay, and a promise of growth and prosperity. That is within this relationship. All right. Much passion, much a leadership quality that the pair of you have within the home, within your community. Okay. So there's definitely going to be a commitment here with some of you. Just with that is going to be the need to let go of third party situations, let go of an old cycle, and really go within and, gain the self-discipline needed to bring together the order, that the relationship needs to move forward. All right. Some of you, I feel, may be taking a long journey too, or like some of you may be taking a vacation and a reprieve to kind of get over some of your past hurdles and upheavals. All right. So with the fifth card, is there a possibility for marriage and or a lifelong, commitment? And again, we have the Three of Swords, which is, another sword card. And some of you, again, could be dealing with Taurus, like I may mention before, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, as well as a Virgo. And with the Three of Swords, separation comes up, division, sorrow. The Three of Swords is, such conflict and heartbreak and pain and jealousy and so. But in this position, is there a possibility of marriage? It seems as though one would think no, right? No, how could there be with the Three of Swords in this position? But when you take the Three of Swords in context with the rest of the spread, depending on the scenario, there most certainly can be a possibility. With this Empress and the Emperor here, complementary to one another, and moving away from the conflict and closing out this cycle, there very well could be. Because with the Three of Swords here, we're overcoming the hurt, we're overcoming the upset, right? If the Emperor and the Empress can come together and remove the lower level energies that the pair of them do withhold, right? Because we all have, you know, lower level energies, a shadow self, call it what you will, as well as higher frequencies. If the pair of them can remove criticism and judgment and be able to move forward positively with the situation and have a change of heart, because that's what the Three of Swords, calls for. The storm of emotions here, because it's a storm of emotions. See the clouds and the rain and and have a change of heart and move past this Ten of Swords. Certainly, there's a possibility. There's a lesson to be learned here in this. There's a soulmate bond for some of you. I mean, because will it be lasting or fruitful? I mean, you get the Six of Wands, which is, victory. Victory after a struggle, nonetheless. Victory after a long-awaited goal. We're able to rejoice. There's a change in conditions, acclaim, success, advancement. So, I mean, for some of us here in this spread, there is, beautiful good fortune, a new beginning within a relationship. For others, there is a third-party situation, a third-party relationship that will come back from the past, that will, the cycle will remain and continue. And that's why we have the Emperor in reverse here. A cycle that was built on faulty foundation and will remain to be so, while one person within the relationship will move on, although remain hurt, but will be victorious in the end, or feel that way, because they will awaken to the third-party relationship, while the other one will remain heartbroken and disheartened. While for others of you here, you have a beautiful opportunity to become reborn, so yeah, I mean, that's pretty much, I mean, this is going to be different for this is going to be different for different people. And again, this is for, the element of fire, so Aries, Leo, and Sag. However these messages resonate for you, it's going to play out different for different people. So it really comes down to this Ten of Swords and this Three of Swords, and what the Emperor and the Empress are willing to do with these energies, and how they are willing or unwilling to move themselves into this Six of Wands here. So that's the love portion. It's very interesting, very, very interesting. So the first card is, how do you feel about yourself? And with the Emperor in reverse, for Leo, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, I mean, this, as it relates to career, finance, you name it, in whatever area of your life, Obviously, we're not feeling like, we have complete control in some areas of our lives, right? We're losing control. Um, you know, either, other people are criticizing us, or, we may be feeling resentful, inferior in certain areas of our lives. Um, we may be feeling like other people are misusing or abusing their power toward us. We may not be feeling as though, um, we're exerting our efforts the best way we can in certain areas of our lives. What do we want most in the moment? With this King of Wands, what we want most in the moment is to be able to, get what's best for ourselves. Not only get what's best for ourselves, but be able to get what's best for everyone involved. All right. So, I mean, obviously, if how we feel about ourselves is the Emperor in reversed, and what we want, what's most in the moment is the King of Wands in reverse. We're not feeling, others aren't being very dependable, others aren't being very reliable. Maybe we're feeling others aren't being as honest with us. We're not feeling as though, we're able to take the best action we possibly can. Okay. And the third card is our fears. Okay. So with the Ten of Swords upright, we may be fearing, you know, we may be fearing pain, suffering, due to this lack of control, due to the lack of the first two cards, the lack of control, the lack of, being able to move forward. We're fearing, fearing a lack of, fearing this cycle completing, fearing, you know, the transition, fearing due to the inability to move forward in certain areas, due to other people being disloyal, other people being unreliable or dependable. Due to that, we're fearing affliction, we're fearing suffering. All right. But what's going for you, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, what's going for you, what's helping you here is this Empress. So, you have everything at your disposal. Again, the Empress is the good fortune. It's the promise of growth. It's prosperity. She is the queen of life. She is, she has everything she needs. That's what's going for you. So it very well could be the illusion or delusion. And again, we're coming out of Pisces and, very Neptunian, all that Pisces energy and moving into Aries. So it very well could have been how you feel about yourself with the Emperor in reverse, and what you want most at the moment could have been not really what it seems here, right? Because the truth of the matter is, what you have going for you is nothing but prosperity, growth, abundance. You have everything at your disposal here with the Empress. What's going against you is the Three of Swords. So what's going against you is the inability to let go of what's no longer serving you. What's going against you is the inability to get over either a third party situation or the pain of the past. Second thoughts about having a change of heart. Overcoming hurt and upset feelings. What's going against you is the inability to have a positive attitude and remain strong during this transition with this Ten of Swords. Because your outcome is the Six of Wands. Success and advancement and effort. So you may be feeling like the Emperor in reverse. What you want in the moment is to be the King of Wands in the upright. You're fearing like you're going to lose everything with this Ten of Swords. Apply this to any area of your life outside of love. Money, career, finance. Finance is money, but you know, divorce, you know, whatever area of your life. You know, you have everything going for you with the Empress, and your outcome is the Six of Wands. Fire signs. So just get rid of this Three of Swords. Do not fear the Ten of Swords. Because essentially you are the Empress and you are the Emperor. And as a fire, you know, as fire energy, it's beautiful. It is a beautiful spread. I hope these messages have helped you. I hope they resonated. And I'm going to pull an angel card for you, my lovely fire signs. Please do check back. I switch things up. I love to play around. It's the Gemini in me. I get bored very easily. So I'm going to pull Doreen Virtue's angel card. See what comes up for the fire signs for the astrological new year, the sun having entered Aries. For Mercury retrograde, March 22nd into April 15th. Thank you for stopping by. If you're still here listening to these messages, I truly appreciate it. If they resonated, please do like, share, subscribe, hit the little notification bell. And if you would like a private reading, I'm sure there's information about me somewhere, some link, some description box, someplace. And let's see what angel card pops out for Leo, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Friendship. Interesting. Friendship. The answer to your question involves your friendships. This card is showing you how much the energy of other people is affecting you. Or it could be guiding you to open yourself up and allow others in. Friendship is a regular exchange of energy and emotion. As you connect more deeply than most, you can also be more closed off. Take some time to consider how the energy of friendship, or lack thereof, is influencing your thoughts and your opinion about yourself. It's important that you maintain an awareness of how each person in your life makes you feel inside. Very interesting. With that, my lovely fire signs, I'm going to close this out. I could have went on and on and on. I wish you the utmost luminous blessings, abundance, peace, prosperity, love, joy, all the most amazing, beautiful, stellar things the universe has to offer you. And I hope to hear back from you soon.